Kia ora and good afternoon, and welcome to Mount Smart as we bring you the action this afternoon. The Manukau Magpies, the Manurewa Marlins lining up for the ARL Women's Championship. And what a glorious day it is for rugby league. We've just witnessed a wonderful women's under-18 final, all Tala victors there over the Howard Hornets. But a great day for rugby league. And of course, still to come later this afternoon, it's the Premiership final also. Point Chevalier will be lining up against Manurewa. So the strength of Manurewa is undoubted here in women's rugby league, stacked full of ferns and ex-ferns, and we're looking forward to seeing some of them in action this afternoon. TJ Ashford's in with us this afternoon. TJ, you're heavily involved with the Manurewa Marlins, and it's a really proud rugby league community, but the women's rugby league out there has really been kicking goals over the years. Yeah, they have, man, and that comes down to a big driving force. They've got Rusty Mato, who's the coach of both women's sides today, as well as their someone that's been involved in the club was Carla Mato as well, his wife. So big driving force. They've been there for quite some time, building their relationships with everyone. Serena Clark is a very experienced hand. There are a few women in here who are, let's say, veterans now, but they've been great as mentors for some of the young players coming through, and a number of them have come through right through the junior competitions for the Manurewa Marlins. Peaches Peters, keep an eye out for her today, and they've got some really talented players here. France Bloomfield will be working around the ruck as well, but the last time we had a chance to call the Manurewa Marlins, certainly it was Serena Clark who steered the ship, and she's very experienced. As we check out the Manukau Magpies, a number of been picked up for the county's Manukau squad, and a couple to look out for, the fullback Manasseh and also release Teletua Matili. And it's great to see Manukau, they're a bit resurgent to the Magpies in 2022. Yeah, it's not just in their women's grade either, Dale. They've been building quite nicely in their men's, so their whole club's actually doing quite well at the moment. They've got a few standout players in this Manukau side. Look for their number 3, Lucy Murphy, and also their number 9, Masters as well, to be a standout for their team today. That's Platinum Masters. Great support for our women in league. They really are the backbone of many clubs, and obviously many of them helping out with the schoolboys and juniors. And of course, we have a lot of girls playing footy too in the younger ages. But as you can see, a good crowd in here today, and it'll get thicker as well as it builds up to the Premiership final. And we are about to welcome the teams out onto the field. Of course, Mount Smart number 2, as we know, a prominent athletics track. Good to have you along here on Sky. We're on YouTube as well, bringing you the action here of Women's Finals Day for Auckland Rugby League. As they make their way out onto the track here today.
Running out from Manukau, number 1, Zanika Manasseh. Number 2, Alisi Mafe. Number 3, Lose Mafe. Number 4, Juarez Taramai Remo. Number 5, Lourdes Tuiala. Number 6, Ronice Teraitua Siaosi. Number 7, Paulina Teraitua Siaosi. Number 8, Cassandra Tere. Number 9, Platinum Masters. Number 10, Tuakase Filimo Moihala. Number 11, Say 4, Leati Solomua Pio. Number 12, Farron Fitialo. Number 13, Roy Matanati. Number 14, Caroline Kimmy. And number 15, Delania Masters. Number 16, Salataima Frost. Number 17, Whanonga Koso.
It's a lot of experienced ladies playing in this grand final as well, Dale. A few of them have actually played in the Premiership grand final over the last few years for the Manurewa women's team as well. So, they'll be looking at using their experience here and hoping rubbing some shoulders with some of the younger girls on the team today. Yeah, and we've already touched on the popularity of the women's game in and around Manurewa, the biggest club in New Zealand, the Manurewa Marlins, and really looking forward to the head-outs here today. France Bloomfield, I think, is the daughter of Vera Bloomfield, might have played with Rusty back in Otahu Rugby League days, back in the day. Could be. And Rusty, of course, has been doing some wonderful work with our women for what feels like decades now, TJ. Yeah, he has. I know he's been at the club at least 10 plus years in terms of the women's space, but he was also there as their premier men's coach quite some time ago as well. He moved over with Richie Blackmore, who ended up winning the Shaman and the Fox as well back in 2005, 2007 for the club. So he's a stalwart of our club. And one thing I know about Rusty is he hones in on the basic fundamentals to play our game, and he's a very good communicator. So expect that to rub through for the girls today. For both teams also. A big weekend of finals football too. You were at the junior finals yesterday. Yep.
And
outstanding.
Great footy all the way.
It was, man. 5 games of great football, and 4 of them went down to the wire as well, and one of them actually was 1 minute before full time as well, coming back from a 20 points to 4. They were trailing with 6 minutes to go, so it was outstanding. It's just good to have finals footy. We haven't had any for a couple of years now due to COVID, obviously, so it's good to be back down here at Mount Smart number 2.
Aaron Keisha's in control of the action here today. Of course, the son of the wonderful referee and one of our rangatira, the refereeing stakes here in Neville. Keisha, great to have you along here this afternoon, and looking forward to this clash. A big opportunity here for the Manukau Magpies, as TJ mentioned. They've had some good results through the year with their men's squad, and you just get the sense that proud club based in Margaret is on the rebuild. Just a little bit of a hold-up here as we...
Kicking tee, I think, Dale.
Is that all it is? Waiting for a kicking tee. And the water boy out there today, I said to Sean Clark, says, what's your role today, mate? He says, I'm running the water.
Yeah, good experienced player and coach as well at a high level to be on there running some water and instructions on for Coach Rusty Matua. So, yeah, they've got some good staff there on board at the moment. And,
of course, it's more than water, isn't it? You're able to communicate plays and pick out where holes are, etc. So it'll be Manurewa Farrelly playing right to left from our broadcast area. We're underway here, Mount Smart Stadium number 2, and it's the ARL Women's Championship final, the Magpies and the Manurewa Farrelly. Great to have you along here on Sky Sport as we work out the first play. There'll be plenty of hearty defence coming on in. Of course, you've got to set the platform early. This carry is Farrelly Moala to ground. That's the 30-metre line. Working dummy half platinum Masters. Prop forward run here. Steady hand from Cassandra Tete. Now, the Magpies. Let's have a little look around here as the drop-off ball from today to a Siaosi. And a little knock-on hitting the deck as well. But it made some good meterage in the end. Just faltered at the back end of the set. Yeah, definitely not the best way to start in their first set of the game, but puts Manurewa in good field position here. Hot on attack. Expect Serena Fisor, who was involved in that tackle, to be heavily involved in this set. Some of the women, 2 or 3, in their, 2 are over 40 years of age and one's late 30s. So that's what we're talking about, the mentoring role that they have here for some of the up-and-coming talent. Yeah, there's also a lady, Laura Lee Nathan, in this game as well, with her young daughter playing in the next game as well, Dale. So, bit of family orientated club as well, Manurewa Marlins. Yeah, for sure. And of course, we've got Peaches Peters. Keep an eye out for Peaches too. Talent, real talent. It's Crystal Richter's sister also, as we look down the left edge here, and the Marlins really with their first opportunity with ball in hand. This is Daisy Lee Norman to ground. Puna goes into acting half. That's Clark. Harbour Bridge ball over the top, picking up Bloomfield. Bit of a stop and go for Bloomfield. Good D though, as Manukau come to make the tackle. Just outside the 10-metre line here. Right edge. Clark stepping back on the inside. The ball has gone to ground. Nice half volley pickup though. And McCulley has the ball here. So it's Puna calling here. Troops trying to marshal them. Clark, left foot kick across field. And that's allowed to bounce. We've mentioned before many times, very skinny end goals here at number 2. Yeah, it's going to be hard to get any repeat sets today, Dale, but some very good goal line defence there by Manukau as well. They aimed up, very physical, and some good scramble D. So good signs defensively for them today. And that tackle there from Cassandra Tete, showing that she's up for it here this afternoon. Well, that was left to bounce. And Ambikani allowed almost to go through. Out of dummy half comes Manasseh. Good solid defence here at the moment. Xavier Moore there in jersey number 20, getting involved in the early defensive work. Yeah, I saw both teams warming up out the back here of the John Walker Lounge where we're broadcasting from here this afternoon, and they really went about their business with a lot of steely attitude. So it's grand final footy, and Your whole season comes down to this
Great
one.
pass.
It's a great little ball out here to Alice Muffy on the far side of the field. Eventually wrestled to ground downstairs, Cunny across the top Bloomfield. On the 20-metre line here, Manukau with their first real attacking opportunity. They too opt for the cross-field kick. The number 5 takes it very slickly indeed here. 15 metres from the line. Peel will take it away first. Darts to the right and now onto the boot. Today to a Martini. The bounce important on the far side here, but it beats everyone and goes touch and goal. But a good set here, and Manukau really showing that they're willing to give the ball some air. Lovely run down the left edge by Alice Muffy.
Yeah, some great skill shown on that left-hand edge there too, Dale, and both sets just failing to, or both teams failing to get to the end of their sets at the moment and get some repeat sets and build a bit of pressure, but some great footy so far in this clash.
Well, it's tight and tough, as you'd imagine. It's coming up to 5 minutes. Settling in period. A lot of thinking and emotion the night before a final. And it means a great deal to players, irrespective of the level. Of course, we tend to think of NRL and professional rugby league, but for our young players in the juniors yesterday, the under-18 women here earlier, it was a classic to and fro game that Otala managed to secure a victory. They haven't had a lot of game time either, Otala, because of teams defaulting against them in the under-18, so it was a real credit for them to come out and knock over Howick, who looked really good a few weeks ago when we called them. They're a talented team, Howick, as well, but Otala really looked the goods here this afternoon. Yeah,
it probably showed in the early stage of that 18s game as well. They'll just not being able to put together a few games before their actual game and shown a little bit of fatigue in the game, but they come back in the back end of it and come away with a win.
So, again, it will be the Marlins, and one of the players called back. That's Puna. So it's a tap and go here down the right side, and a settling run for Cunny. Easily accounted for by the defence, who slide across and take her out. Just a couple of metres inside the 40. Magpies into the ground. Lau Pepe this time around. They spread deep and wide down the left side here as Clark takes first receipts and finds Norman through the middle. She's wrapped up in the tackle of Teddy and Masters. Now on the 20-metre line. And the ball delivered. And Cammy Ball, who is in jersey number 4, got put away big time. So it's Puna now. Out to the right numbers here. Here's Clark. Beautiful ball from Clark. A speculator here, but the bounce is okay in the end. Couldn't be controlled on the far side. And the Magpies will come up with it through Alice Muffy.
Yeah, great scrambled defence there shown by the Manukau Magpies, but one thing that you can't do there, Dale, is shoot up out of the line and create some space there for Serena Fisor. Look for her to open up some more space as the game goes on.
Race to here on, as you would have heard the ground announcer in the background. There's some hearty defensive work going on here, and also some speculative balls being whipped wide quickly too. She's got great foresight, Serena Clark. This is played in the top level, and she can just sense when there's an opportunity. Today to a Martini with the footy now, and it's Philly Mohala to ground on the 40-metre line. First receiver. Today to a Martini gets the kick away, heading towards touch on the far side of the field. Taking at the back, and a wonderful chase. Really good chase. That's your number 1, Manasseh, one to watch out for here this afternoon. The Marlins with it this time. Manurewa Fiddle. And of course, their proud club well represented here in both the Premiership and Championship final here. ARL Women's Rugby League final. It's really been a part of the growth of rugby league is with the women. This is Bryder here. And Alicia takes some stopping. Very purposeful run. She's to ground just short of the halfway. 8 minutes gone. No score here in the final. But you get the feeling something's going to break soon as Erica Hewitt-Martin with this carry. Thinks of popping the pass up. Puna, good distributor. Clark shows it. Grubber, bounce important. Not read well. Still there for Clark. Gets hold of the football. Well, she can do it all. Serena, not tackled. Dummy. And looking for the pop ball. Beautiful finish. Well, you've got to play to the whistle. And Peters down the right edge. Draws first blood here for the Manurewa Marlins after some scintillating lead-up work from Serena Clark.
Yeah, some great eyes-up play there by Serena Clark. She saw a little bit of open space here behind the defensive line. Just managed to get a bit of open space there, and she's managed to dive on the loose ball here late. It doesn't look like the tackle was completed either, so good call by the on-field official. It was play on, and I just want to touch on this as well. There was some nice catch and pass play right here at the end. Nice little play, managing to score in the corner.
There's some skillful work down that right edge. We've been giving her some raps to Peaches, one that's come through the junior system in Manurewa. Hats off there again to Serena Clark, who just continues to show she's got plenty of tricks up her sleeve. And she knows the book of rugby league real well. She's read it from cover to cover. A difficult conversion here from wide out. It'll be a goodie. Let's see how we go. France Bloomfield with the responsibility of the tee here this afternoon for the fiddle. Hits that one pretty well. And the accuracy was there, but the distance not so. So it's a lead here of 4-0.
Manurewa 4, Manukau 0.
We come up with just gone 10 minutes here. So some good football to start us off, but again, you've just got to shut down Serena Clark. It's so vital. They'll probably have to put 2 or 3 players on it.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe flip an extra number defensively on that side of the ruck just to make sure, but they also need to apply a bit of pressure from the inside as well, Dale. And you know, they actually had a good kick on the end of their set, Manukau, in that last play, but just a bit of a poor kick chase as well, which led to Manurewa being in the right end of the field.
And of course, she had some issues as she was going to the ground, but just waited to pass nicely to Bloomfield, who was able to courier it across to the winger to score. So some really fine play in the first of our tries here this afternoon in the Women's Championship final, coming at you through Sky Sport. And there's the return, Pepe. Just outside the 30-metre line. Fiddle, building in confidence. Another spirited and direct run, and again, taking 3 defenders out of the defensive line, but able to pop the pass late to Puna. Grace Tautuhi here to her feet, enjoying her footy. Grace Clark, another look, always with an eye on the prize, and well, the bounce almost ended up in the hands of the Magpie defender as Peaches Peters again angles back infield. There's the ground just inside the 40-metre line. Down the right edge they come. Clark with plenty of space. Too much space the Magpies are allowing this experienced ball player. On the 20-metre line now. Slow to her feet this time around. Serena to keep her wrapped up a little in cotton wool. She's such a vital part of the machine here for Manurewa, who are well positioned here. As Pepe gets to her feet, Puna darts to the right-hand side. Little dummy, straightened and straight through. Well, Julia Puna really bamboozled her opponents that time around with a deft little show. Tucked the ball under her arm, shot through. It was only a 10-metre run to the line, but she made it look easy.
Yeah, another experienced player there, Jules Puna. She's been involved in this Manurewa Marlins side for a long time, and you can see there, decent play the ball. What I do like, Dale, is the effort area off the ball there and the push of Amber Carney, just isolating that defender and allowing Jules to go through untouched there for a try.
They'll be disappointed here, Manurewa, because they've put some good defensive work together, but that time the number 15 was left clutching at the air, and Jules Puna just gassed it straight through. And looking somewhat ominous, back-to-back tries here. 2 tries in 3 minutes for Manurewa, and the ease with which they were able to work their way downfield should be of some concern to coach Joshua Siaosi for the Magpies here this hour.
Yeah, Manukau just been starved of possession at the moment, though, and obviously if you're doing it too much in defence, you're zapping a lot of energy and a lot of sting out of your attack as well. So just failing to get on the front foot there and capitalising on any opportunities at this stage.
even so, we've obviously spoken of Serena's contribution here. You know, a real thinking footballer. This time around from closer range and successful. 10-0 scoreline here in the final. Tries to Peters and Jules Puller that time around.
Number 7, France Bloomfield.
Crowd in here today.
The conversion was successful there, taking your score to 10-0, Manurewa.
They pull good crowds, don't they, Wahine?
Yeah, actually, they've been a massive growth for our game, especially over the last 24 months as well, Dale. So, but again, you know, some of our men could probably take a little bit of, a lead from our women in that space, and they get behind their girls and actually come down and support everyone. So it's good to see.
And of course, many of them are mums, so their families, of course, want to go out and watch Mama on the footy field.
Yeah, I don't know how they do it. It's a lot easier for men. We can just pack our bags and go out to footy, but you know, they got the kids in tow, and it's very tough, obviously. But credit to our ladies for making things happen.
Well, we know coming up later this afternoon too, TJ, there are a lot of Ferns, or could be wanting to be Ferns on show. We've got the Rugby League Women's World Cup coming up, coinciding with the men's in Britain. So a really great opportunity to strut your stuff literally and get some good material on your show reel, so that when the selection process comes around, you've got some good footage to turn to and illustrate your skills.
Yeah, 100% agree with you, man. And obviously the pathway's opened up for our wahine at the moment as well. You know, we've got the NRLW that started last night as well. And shout out to one of our people at Auckland Rugby League, Rochelle Tamarora as well. She's been named as one of the referees for the NRLW, so it just shows that there's pathways not just for our players but also for our female referees involved in our game as well.
Rochelle's been wonderful, and I'm pleased that she has got that opportunity. Of course, the NRLW might affect the actual lineup that we witnessed later in the Premiership final, which should be a beauty. That's Port Chevalier up against Manukau, but a few of the players perhaps have been drawn across the Tasman. It's just so great to have some live rugby league again, isn't it? After 2 years of, virtual rugby league and sport, we now come out and celebrate the game, the players, the atmosphere that it generates in communities as we see a wind-up run here from Magpies. That's Lavinia, and she's 10 metres out. Now, this is going to be a real thorn in the side if they're able to score again, and it looks like they will. Manurewa too strong. Lavinia Magpies has only been on for a few moments, and that ball back on the inside proved to be an absolute pearler.
She just got on the
she's
field
in to score about 10 metres to the left-hand side of the post. Going back-to-back and looking real dangerous at the moment, these Marlin Wahine.
Yeah, nice little cut play there, and you saw Grace Totuhi, some great skills as well. And Binny, got to give a shout-out to Binny. She's been our linesman for our Manurewa Marlins Premier side this year as well, so well done to Binny getting on the score sheet for her first time today.
Well, that's showing real commitment. Oh,
yeah, it is. Well, her partner Kane Fern's down there as well. He's been helping out, coaching them this year as well with Rusty Martel. Obviously, tough job being the coach of two teams and stuff, so it's good to have some of those supporters down there supporting our game.
What about the juniors? I mentioned it. Well, I know previously was the biggest club in New Zealand. Does it still carry that?
I don't think it's the biggest at the moment. I think they're there or thereabouts. I think Mangere East is another big junior club as well that's come through in New Zealand. And but again, it's something that we need to do a lot better in all of our clubs is nurturing all of our youth through. And we've got some pathways and programs in place at the moment to try and do that, not just for our males but also for our females now as well, which is great. The
guys' squad probably haven't had the results that the club deserves over the years, but I guess a lot of the talent as it surfaces through Manurewa is drawn into other clubs.
Yeah, I'm positive that most clubs in the Fox Memorial at the moment has got one or two players that are from our club originally at Manurewa. But we've got the talent there, and we've started building some foundations at the club again, and we just wanted to change not change our identity, but bring it back to what it used to be back in the day as well. I think we've lost our way a little bit at the club, but we've got some great people there and some great players involved in our club at the moment, and we're rebuilding, so it's good.
Yeah, good to see. TJ Ashford with us here this afternoon. He coaches the Manurewa Marlins men's team, and I think that in the years ahead they're going to be a real force to be reckoned with. Imagine if you did have Petahiku and some of those top guns. What are some of the names? Remind us of some of the names who've come through the club over the years.
Yeah, there's quite a few. Obviously, Pitahiku's still there, and then you got Aaron Clark, who's currently playing for the Gold Coast Titans as well, and Lingy Sal is currently over in the Super League. He might be with Salford, I believe, but you also got Sitaliki Akawala, who's currently over in Super League as well, so there's quite a few. I know Saliva Haveli's also been involved with our club through the junior grades as well, currently playing at South Sydney. So there's quite a few there at the moment. Greg Eastwood and the Bromwich boys, obviously, probably two of our biggest Marlins. And it's been a good breeding ground for the NRL talent for sure.
Yeah, I've been really pleased to see Saliva Haveli and his career. I used to like him back in the younger 20s days, but he'll be in his early 30s now, Saliva. Good career at Canberra, so it's certainly possible to springboard from these suburban clubs, get seen, some attention, and next thing you know, you're finding yourself not just in professional ranks, but also international ranks. So, scrum to be set here on the 40-metre line. The big women have really made an impact, haven't they? The try scored there by Lavinia McGee-Repia and Grace Tautuki has really made an impact since she's been on as well. A big player that attracts plenty of attention. And pretty hearty too in her attitude to her rugby league.
Yeah, I know Grace started back at the club when she was quite young. I thought, in her early 19 years old as well. So she's been there for quite some time. Another experienced player, and good to have here in our grand final contest.
Yeah, I was wondering how that player there from the Marlins, and of course the yellow strip, it's pretty tough to hide.
Yeah, it is probably not the best play there, but Manukau's been started the position too, Dale. They haven't touched the ball for the last 5 or so minutes, so they just need to probably get into their rhythm a little bit, complete a few sets and build a bit of pressure on this Manurewa side. They
do need to score next. 20 points to 0 is the scoreline here. Watching the action coming through stream shot via Sky Sport 2. And kia ora to all of our viewers who love watching rugby league of all different levels. This time it's Salatama Frost who has the football. 32 metres out. Important to utilise this set well for Manukau. They're chain passing it, but not a lot of direct running. The carry this time is from Teratua Martini. Dummy half work for Masters. Opportunity down the left. That's where she'll go. First receiver is calling Teratua Siausi. The tackle here from Bryder. 20 metres out from the try line. The Magpies with their best opportunity. As TJ mentioned, pretty much starved of possession as Ioane takes the footy forward. With some good meterage, 12 out from the try line. Frost plays it. Teratua Siausi.
Got some space to the left here, Dale.
Fili Moihala playing the ball, bullet pass. Able to utilise, nice little flick ball here. There's the one over the top, too close to the line on the far side. Does very well to stay in the field of play. Thought she would be driven across the touchline on the far side of the field. Hoya North to turnover. So unable to utilise the football and come away with some points. But some encouraging signs there from the Manukau Magpies in that set. Now they need to fight real hard and try and force an error and get hold of the football so that they can really hammer home field position, as we see the carry here from Logan Pulupeti.
Yeah, you saw on your screen there as well, Dale. The Stream Shot Region of Origin Boys Series coming up in September, 10th, 17th and 24th of September at Cornwall Park. So we've got a couple Auckland teams as well as a few other districts being involved in that. So it'll be another good pathway for our young boys coming through.
Number 20.
Ball back on the inside there. The region of origin to need idea, isn't it? Any opportunity to play higher level footy is welcome.
Yeah, I think it's an important thing to have as some pathways, not just for the elite levels, but also the grassroots boys and girls coming through our system. And our goal at Auckland Rugby League and here in New Zealand is just to make sure that we hold on to our talent a little bit longer here in our game. We don't want young kids leaving their families at an early age. We want them to stay here and put on some good competition, so they're happy to stay here at the same time.
Yeah, I reckon too. So it takes some working, though, to get the right mix and structure. Pathways, as you keep referring to them, are so vital that to keep our young players here. So into regional championships, the annual Māori tournament. I know that there's a move to create more Māori Rugby League pathways and actually celebrate the sport as a tool for growth, because there's a lot to be learned, not just the physical side of rugby league, but the networking that can be involved, and encouraging people to take a good attitude on the footy field can help take a good attitude off it as well. So it's really important. Big ups to the work being done by the ARL as we come across now the best possible opportunity, and another rainbow ball on the far side, but again too many defenders here and driven towards the touchline, and once again down the left edge, proving very difficult to put into touch. And referee Keisha now, and that could be a try. What's Aaron to do here? And it's a penalty on the far side. Got a little word there from the touch judge, but hats off on the far side. I think it's Alice Muffy who's been able to stay in the field of play, so that's where the penalty occurred.
Yeah, I'm not sure I've ever seen that before either. Dale playing the ball to yourself as we see Manukau cross over for their first try, just off camera there. Little dummy half barge over, I believe, by try scorer number 3, Lucy Muffy. We'll have a look to see if we can try and find who scored there.
Manukau Magpies, number 10.
Farrelly Moihala turns and delivers.
There you go.
So very skillfully done there for Farrelly Moihala. Tuakasi. Wonderful. Wouldn't have thought she'd be able to do the biz from there, but she has. And there you go, elation with her teammates in the black and white, and the Magpies get one back. And that'll give them a bit of confidence to work through this last quarter hour of the first half. Sean Clark delivering water verbally.
Yeah, simple game, rugby league too, Dale. You know, obviously, turning the ball over at the right end of the field there and building a little bit of pressure with back-to-back attacking sets as Manukau, and they've come away with their first 4-pointer of the day. And, they needed that. The game was getting away from them a little bit there, and there's still a lot of time left in this first half. So getting their first points on the board, you can see sometimes that changes momentum in the game as well, Dale. So hopefully they can continue doing that.
Well, difficult conversion here, but it's 4 points on the board. And yeah, it can be just the boost that is needed. And some solid play down the left corridor here for the Manukau Magpies. Home ground Moyle Park. They've produced some wonderful footballers over the years too, the Magpies. Of course, the Bell family well represented there. Ian, Dean.
Clayton Friends, another one from out of the Manukau club as well. So actually named one of our under-18s competitions that happened in the pre-season as well, though, after Dean Bell. Still one of our rugby league here, not only in Auckland but also with the Warriors in New Zealand as well, ex-Kiwi. So another pathway that we've built for our kids coming through.
That's the Dean Bell Cup. And of course, Clayton Friend, a wonderful contributor, although played his footy out of Manukau, but I think he proudly resides in Manurewa. I think that's where you'll find Clayton. Still on the paintbrushes?
Yeah, I think he is, man. And again, his son's coming through the playing pathways now, as well as coaching as well. His son Jethro Friend was the coach of our Auckland under-16s who travelled to North Island at the start of the year, and won the 3 games that were on show there. And again, a good pathway there from our playing to our coaches now as he's looking to step into the coaching pathway.
Jethro's got some pretty good pedigree, hasn't he? What with the Friends connection, and he's the grandson of the legendary Māori coach, successful Fox coach as well, Joey Gwynn. And my Joe, he's been gone for some years now, but for a long time used to run the Waikato Cougars. Gee, that's going back some years, though, isn't it, TJ? We're stepping back in time when we go back there, bro.
Still before my day too, Dale.
It's great, there's some say there's not much fun growing old, but it's better than not growing old. One saying. One thing about it, though, as you age, you see complete cycles of sports people who come up and emerge as talents. This is good setting run here too. The Magpies have received a shot in the arm, and now they're really starting to issue some challenges. We'll stay with the action here as we go to the right-hand side. Today to a Matini over the top. What a ball! What a ball to launch Tuiala. And look at the Manukau Magpies supporters. They're going off in the stand here. Well, we saw that ball. Gee, there's a cut out of about 10 players.
Yeah, I'm going to put that down to the play before that too, Dale. A nice little tip on there to one of the middle forwards. Managing to get a half break there with a quick play that we see here. That's the play I'm talking about. Nice little tip on. Isolating a defender there, just allowing them to get a quick play, the ball off the back of that, and some great eyes-up footy, I believe, by the number 7, Sioasi. Is it number 7, number 16 maybe?
This is Te Tua. At first I thought it was a pass, but in fact, as you can see there, it was a smart kick, very skillfully delivered. It was capitalised down the right edge, wonderfully out wide to Lords Tuiala to score, and the Magpies very much back into the hunt. Yeah, just getting back to my previous thought as we await the conversion. You know, the older you get, you see complete cycles of rugby league talent, and you know, at best the guy's going to have maybe 10 or 12, 15 pushing your luck, I suppose.
Yep.
And then followed by another youngster emerging. So, you know, by the time to throw tails, if you're lucky enough to become an old bloke, you will have seen some super careers.
Oh man, there's some players, you know, I'm pretty sure we both know in our time, men and women that could have cracked it on to be NRL players or Kiwis or Kiwi Ferns as well, Dale, but they've just chosen to stay with their club and, you know play with what's known to them. And you know, there's a few boys that I've known in my time that could have clicked on and decided not to.
For Manurewa, number 11, Alex
being a professional,
and number 16, Shamila.
It's not to be all and end all, is it? You know, a lot of guys opt to develop trades or whatever, and find success in other aspects of life. As we see the smiling face of the try scorer down that right edge.
Great skill shown.
We saw one of those from Otala in the previous game, won by Otala over Howick here in the under-18 women's final. And that's an awkward kick, skillfully managed in the end here by Josh Talamairemo. Well, initially skillfully managed, but in the end the defensive work coming through from the Marlins.
Manurewa needed that too, Dale, just to swing a bit of momentum back in their favour. Manukau have been hot on attack lately and starving Manurewa side of possession. And again, Manurewa hot on attack inside good ball territory here.
Talamairemo might have done better to go to ground. She's done the good work by collecting the ball in front of the kickoff. And now Manurewa with a chance. They don't need two invitations, that's for sure. That ball's beautifully picked up by Cunny. And now to ground Bloomfield. 22 metres out. Danger time here for the Magpies. They've just scored 2 good tries and they really need to focus and sharpen up their defensive skills here. They're under the pump and there's a penalty right in front of the posts. I'd be surprised if they opt for 2, but it is finals football. And there might be a temptation to collect what would be easy points. They are just pausing momentarily. Doesn't look as though they're asking for the tee. They're not. Shamila Tua now. Barreling forward, Tua. And a player going to ground gingerly there. It's Masters. Picks herself up, but I think she really hurt herself there. Now that's the half volley pick up again. On to Bloomfield and the finish again. Skillful down that right edge. Well, that's what can happen. And the Magpies with one error open the door on the far side for Peters to score her second.
Again, another try involving club stalwart Serena Fisaw. Saw some open space out wide there. Had a bit of off the back of a good carry here by Shamila Tua. And again, found some open space, some good hands shown by the outside attackers. And again, that try scorer. She's been named quite some time over here. Is that Peaches?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, again, finding the ground there, extending the lead here for Manurewa.
But a little lucky, the balls were picked up on the half volley a couple of times down that right edge off the Clark pass. But you're playing to the whistle. So it's all systems go here. And Peaches Peters. Cool name too.
Yeah, it is. Off the tip of the tongue there, easy to remember.
Yeah.
She's actually been quite strong as well, Dale, not just scoring tries there for her team, but some of her carries have been tough as well. And obviously a young lady coming through the grades there, someone to keep an eye on.
Well, she's not a big athlete, but she knows her way to the line, and that's where the finishing work comes in. It's very satisfying for teams to score when their wingers score. It means that you've had good cohesion and been able to create opportunities. So a couple of good tries there for Peaches Peters. Looking forward to seeing how her career develops. And do you think she's the sort of athlete that could go all the way? Yeah, definitely. I actually like this right-hand side combination, also the number 7 in France Bloomfield. So I think both of these two young girls have a fair bit of talent, and obviously they're playing in a grade at the moment to help develop and further their career here in rugby league, in the women's rugby league game. So look for those two to get a few more touches later on in this game. 4 tries to 2, 20 points to 8. Well, you can see how a turnover can change momentum. They just scored 2 tries, and the little error there by the number 6 for Manukau. Turnover of possession, next set, conceding a try. So, again, it's the importance of maintaining discipline and focus. I hope you're enjoying the action here. You're watching the ARL Women's Championship Grand Final. The Manurewa Marlins Fiddle up against the Manukau Magpies. The referee, Aaron Keisha, has stepped in here. Yeah, what's he calling? 10 minutes of the grand final is going to be stiff. And the teammates will get another look at what happened here. So just a little aggressive in there. What's going on? A knee? Maybe. Yeah, maybe that second effort there. Knowing Lossie Muffy as well, she's definitely a physical player, but I know she doesn't mean any malice in that. But could prove costly for her team as well. That right edge that left edge for Monaco is already struggling defensively, and now they're down a player, so they need to scramble hard defensively. Alicia Bryder with the carry this time onto the 40-metre line. Yeah, perhaps it looked worse than it was. It looked as though there was some intent to knee, but like you say, it's maybe a stiff call, but they're going to have to battle hard now, the Magpies, and show some resolve here, as Manurewa will be looking to ram home the advantage, having an extra player. Clark gets silenced on the 20-metre line now. As Puna into acting half. We've seen the effectiveness down the right edge. This is Amber Cunning, steps through one, pops the ball over the top, bounce important, still in the hands of the Marlins now. 6 metres out from the try line, danger time here for Manukau. Big long pass across field onto Clark, drizzles it towards the try line. Is she able to pick it up? The referee says it's a knock on, so they survive that onslaught this time around, the Magpies. And they breathe a sigh of relief too. It would have been a punishing blow had they conceded another try right then. Possession now for the black and whites. As we see here. Strong contact. There'll be really hard work needed here. Across field goes Alice Muffy on the far side. Put to ground. 25 metres out from the try line. 4 tries to 2 here in the final so far. An entertaining first half. 35 gone, or thereabouts. Kia ora watu, part of a triple header here. Finals day, Women's Rugby League for the Auckland Rugby League. Peaches Peters, away from 1, away from 2. Got some wheels, speed to burn, but this time scragged and dragged by Manase, the fullback here for the Magpies. But the danger hasn't halted yet as the run comes this time from Bloomfield. They're really under the pump here, the Magpies.
And also for Manukau, number 13, Roy Nati is on the field.
Some changes from the Nutty clan. Here's Cunny. She's an exceptional talent too, Amber. Out of dummy half, Puna. Easy pickings for Clark. 8 from the try line, 10 to the right-hand side of the posts here. Beautiful day at Mount Smart Stadium. Won't be so beautiful for the Magpies if they concede a try. And they're building up nicely up to the edge. Beautiful finish. Classy rugby league. And no Maiaria Wall is in to score. They were up one player, having a player in the sin bin. And that was real skillful stuff. And they really made the most of their opportunities of being a player an advantage. Good work down the left edge.
Yeah, again, some great skill shown there by the Manurewa Wahine team. Just some simple draw and pass there. They'll be favouritising that right-hand edge a fair bit so far this afternoon. And a bit questionable on the put down there, but referee on-field officials have called it. But yeah, they've gone out there for the first time today and managed to come away with some points.
Oh, where? Picked that one up nicely, TJ. Fair call. Well, we can't go back now. The score's been noted. It's in the book, so to speak. But I think when the officials get a chance to have another look at it, they'll realise that they've probably just missed that one.
Yeah, there's some good skill shown too, though. Obviously, you know, as you go through your career and stuff like that, sometimes we feel that the flashy plays are the ones that win us games, but you can see there just some simple catch and pass and some great execution by the Manurewa Wahine there, and obviously capitalising on a fair bit of position that they've had down here on the field and extending their lead here in this contest.
And that will not make the 9 was in the bin. No, who did we say was
number
in the
3, Lucy Marlins, currently in the bin. Still
Yeah.
got a fair bit of time.
Yeah, she'll be a bit disappointed. She looks from the side thinking, gee, if we had been out there, we would have numbered up on them. But yeah, difficult for the touch judge, pretty unsighted there. Just where the body position was for the touchy.
An interchange for Manukau, number 17, for Nongolve Koso is on the field.
Well, I hope you're enjoying the action. There's been plenty of it. There's no doubt about that. As we count it down towards half-time. Tries coming. Peters, Puna, McGee, Repia, and Wall as the half-time hooter sounds to bring the curtain down on that first half. And it's been an entertaining first half of 45 tries to 2 here in the final of the Women's Championship here for the ARL. Glad to have you along. Half-time, it's the Manurewa Marlins Farrelly 24, the Manukau Magpies 8. We'll be back more, have a look at those tries in a moment. Hope you enjoy the action. It's coming to you right here on Sky Sport.
on and wake up in the morning. Body sore from last night's training. Dude run harder, tackle with intention. Make one the gaps and watch for interceptions. Keep it fair, keep it cool every section. Give your all, pass the ball, put your best in. Enjoy your day, strip, you cover your selection. This that thing that you've been missing. Don't play rugby league. It's all yeah. You are your club. Come on.
Well, kia ora noa, hoki mai anō. Great to have you along for the ride here this afternoon. It's been a very fine performance here from the Manurewa Marlins. 24-8, they lead Manukau here in the Women's Championship final. And we were treated to some wonderful play. And, of course, under the guiding hand here of Serena Clark, who is just a standout. And we were just talking about what an influence she has. This is highlights of the earlier game here as we're back to the action. So let's see how the scoreline unfolded. This is Clark, of course. Play to the whistle. The ball goes down here. She gets hold of the ball. What's this? And they're not tackled. So she thinks, okay, well, I'll have another go. And is able to then pop the pass out and goes out to Peters on the right edge. And the first try was scored. And that was 9 minutes into the game.
Yeah, nice little touch there by the experienced player, Serena Fiso, and another experienced player here, Jules Puna. Just again, those little effort areas pushing and support off the ball there, just isolates the defender, allows Jules to go through for try number 2 for today's clash. One
of those audacious dummies, TJ. It looks like the ones you used to bang out. Now, this is a great lead-up work here from Tautuki. She hadn't been on for very long. And then it was McGee Repia into score. And things looked ominous at that stage. Quarter of an hour had gone, and it was 16-0. Now, that was an excellent try from Philly Moihala. 10 minutes later, they had to work really hard to get field position, and in the end, it skillfully delivered. And that was followed up a few moments later with another try down the right side for Peters, who continues to be a great edge finisher. A little bit fortuitous to bounce here on the half volley, though, that time around. But Peaches made no mistake, was able to score down the right side. Another look here at that try that was scored just before the half-time break. And, of course, we also had a cross-field bomb from the Magpies. They went back-to-back there and gave themselves some hope. But then losing a player to the bin created that opportunity. And while there's some doubt subsequently that myself and TJ pointed to on the put-down, the score sticks, and 24-8 is the scoreline. Now, how vital do you think it is that this team score early in the second half, because you think that we might have the potential for a bit of a blowout? Well, no, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back to you. 24-8 scoreline here on Sky Sport in this final from Mount Smart 2, and kickoffs just around the bend, and we'll welcome you back in a few moments to enjoy that.
on and wake up in the morning. Body sore from last night's training. Dude run harder, tackle with intention. Make one the gaps and watch for interceptions. Keep it fair, keep it cool every section. Give your all, pass the ball, put your best in. Enjoy your days, rip your cover, your selection. This that thing that you've been missing. Don't play rugby league. It's all yeah. You are your club. Come on.
Kia ora no, ke te mihi atu ka koutou katoa, kia ora, and thank you for coming with us on the ride here today. It's ARL Women's Rugby League Finals Day, Mount Smart number 2. And pleased to have you with us, ko Dale Tene, and beside me, TJ Ashford, of course, Rugby League guru, and all-round good guy. Good to be working with you, TJ. Thanks. Really important though, mate, that this Magpies outfit are able to just stay in the hunt, because if they concede a quick try, and once again it's Clark who just seems to have so much more time than others, and by the time she's collecting the football, she moves quickly across the track, doesn't she? And she hits the defensive line much earlier than others, as we see a player down there looking a bit dusty with it. In fact, it might have been a bit of a head clash.
Yeah.
I think it looks like Philly Moihalo, is it? Number 10, let's have a look. Oh, it was a head clash too. Oh, it's a tough game, the contact sport, of course, as we know. Let's hope that she is okay. In fact, it's a little worse for wear. Took a big shot. Just getting back to what's needed here for Manukau. Are they back to the full complement?
No, I can still see Lucy's still down here on the bench here, still biding her time to get back in. But again, it's not just about scoring points. They definitely need to be the next scorer, but they also need to stop points being scored against them as well. Otherwise, they're just going to be chasing it all day. So they need to somehow find something in them to try and change momentum here and get a good bit of field position and turn that possession into points.
And as we know, Manurewa have got 2 teams featuring here this afternoon in the Championship and Premiership finals. There's actually 4 sets of sisters who play for the club. I think they're the Rapana, Matua, Urepia, and the Eringa sisters, so it's something worth noting. The sisters are doing it for themselves, you know the song goes. Always good to be playing alongside each other. Really looking forward to the next game too. Chock-a-block full of international reps. That's Manurewa against Point Chev, should be a beauty. And of course, Point Chev, I suppose, buoyed by the victory in the Fox Memorial Championship. What was a classic game to determine the victors for 2022. 14-12 win for the Point Chevalier Pirates over the Glenora Bears. A high-quality Fox final game that went down to the wire. The Magpies have the football now and just need to just stick to their guns. Work their way downfield this time through the number 7. Today to a Siosi. Little dummy from today to a Matini. I'm assuming they're Val's connections. Val, of course, who is wonderful. The Papatūānuku Kōkiri Marae and Mangere. Val sings the national anthem with style as well.
That's the one.
TJ, coach of the Manurewa men's squad, so seen a lot of these young players develop over the years. They have the football this time. It's Joris Taramoiremo. Need to make sure they get to the back end of their set. Little popped pass creates another avenue. Taking it forward is Peel. Wrapped up by Laurelie Nathan on the far side there. That's her in jersey number 18, Laurelie. Just outside the 20. That's a good direct carry. 12 from the line. Well, they've only got 12 players. And this lady who took the knock decides I'm going to knock a few off too. And there's a real good go at the line. It's pulled down just a couple of metres short. And in fact, there's going to be a penalty here. So an opportunity for the Magpies to take advantage. They won't tap and go. They're backing it up here. There's a penalty. What's the story here? It's a tap. Filimohala barreling towards the line and comes up just a metre short. Good chance here for the Magpies. Can they stick it? Can they make it stick? A bit of stepping. But the wall of gold defenders, gold or yellow, TJ.
Yeah, they need to be careful here. Two back-to-back penalties on their own try line there. I have a feeling if they keep giving away penalties, they won't be the only, or they'll be the second team with 12 ladies on the field at the moment.
Masters has the ball. Here's the tap. Straight across to Filimohala once again. Been getting through a ton of work after taking that head clash a few moments ago. Very hearty attitude on display here. Bullet pass out to the right-hand side. Today to a Matini. Is taken out of play. The runner back up on the inside is good. Little dummy in the end from Platinum Masters, but she can't get across the line. Can they capitalise here, the Magpies, and score first here in the second half? Over they go, but can't get the ball to ground. Held up. Nicely positioned there, referee Aaron Keisha. So it's Masters will back up. Still the number 3 is unable to join her teammates. Still on the sideline. After being put into the bin. Today to a Martini here. Spinning. Corkscrew-like. Still getting the pass around. Laurelie Nathan downstairs. And Renice is having an outstanding game here today. And the number 6 jersey for the Magpies. Back rower is Nutty. That ball popped late. Charging run towards the line. This time by Tere.
Another penalty here, Dale.
Well, he'll get frustrated soon, Keisha. That's 3 back-to-back penalties. And it's a tap. Tap and go, they say. Cassandra Tere to the line. And some great line defence as well, offered up here by the Marlins. Little step and back into the action. This is Lossie Muffy. Manasseh to dummy half. Back rower is Nutty. Such great contributors to the culture of the Manukau Magpies, the Nutty whānau. That's a good run, a good charging run to the line too. The Marlins have been exceptional with their line defence. There's certainly having some questions being posed by Manukau here, who've had possession, a glut of possession, because of plenty of penalties. And there's the cut-out ball, the half volley, the corner's in sight, the step back on the inside, and the finish is good. The finish is good. The number 2 is in to score, Alice Muffy. What a finish.
24 points to 12.
Weight of possession, though, in their favour as a result of back-to-back penalties, but they have made the most of it. And they needed to start well, and they certainly have done that, TJ.
Yeah, I think it's important as well, Dale. I know they're behind on the scoreboard, but they have to stop trying to look for early points or easy points, I say. So what they've done there is they've laid the platform there in the middle, and they've found some space out on the edge. And the try scorer looks to have picked up a nasty injury, so hopefully she's okay. But again, a weighted position. They've swung momentum now. They're climbing themselves back into this contest, which is good start in the second half for Manukau.
Yeah, they're calling for the stretcher there, so it could be a little worse than we anticipated. It was hard to do a diagnosis from here, but quite a lot of concern regarding the left knee here. Good to have you along here on Sky Sport. Thanks for tuning in. And of course, let's take time to acknowledge the work. We used to call them Zambucks back in the old day, but of course now we've got St John's and the like. But they were there yesterday, they're here today. And at times, just what the doctor ordered. Or actually, how to order a doctor.
Yeah, exactly.
Or something like that.
Now, obviously, and there's a fair bit of stuff going on in the media with, the fire services and stuff like that. It's, a selfless task for those guys. They're saving lives, so anything we can do to support St John's and the likes of the fire department here in New Zealand, get down and support them.
Good one. You can hear in the background just advertising the fact, the Manurewa supporters won't bail, as can happen. Those who came to watch Howick and Ortala have pretty much wandered on off home. They might be watching this on the TV, and that's a good sign too, as Alice gets to her feet. Well, that's good. They were for a moment there calling for a stretcher, but in the end, scored a try and stuffed her knee. But
yeah, it looked to be a knee-on-knee collision, I think it was, when she was diving in for the try. So hopefully she can run that off. It's obviously a grand final, so big moment for her and her family, and I know she'd personally like to, finish the game on her own accord.
Well, Lucy's on the inside in jersey number 3, and Alice, I assume they're sisters, but they said no relations.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, yeah, I know Lossie. She's actually been a part of, I used to coach her in New Zealand tag. Went over to the World Cup a few years ago as well. Lossie, as we see that conversion waved away unsuccessful, but again, she was physical in that sport, and she's obviously transferred over. I know she's been a rugby product as well in the Auckland system, and it's good to have her playing our game of rugby league, that's for sure.
Ka pai, TJ. Well, this is just what the squad needed. A little confidence booster. She had a bit of work to do too, as she went down the left edge and managed to step back on the inside of Peters. And that's Cunny, who was coming across trying to cut it off. But yeah, a very underrated player too, Amber Cunny. I like what I see in her attacking prowess. And she works hard on defence.
Again, another experienced player too, Dale. She's been a part of the Kiwi Ferns make-up and also in County's Manukau system. So we see a big error hit from Manurewa kicking the ball out on the full. But yeah, again, they're littered with experienced players as this Manurewa side, so expect them to try and bring their team back home through the back end of the second half.
Well, it's a really big opportunity here then for the Magpies. We saw how errors can compound negatively. That was when the try was conceded after being bundled into touch on the far side. I think it was Release Tiraitua. And then in the next set, scored against. Now, does that make touch? It does. And so that's 15 metres that the team won't have to guts it out for. So can the Magpies turn it on? Big ups to all the Manukau Magpie supporters. They're a proud club on the rise too, it would seem. And now here in the final today. Out to the prop forward, Fili Moihala. Tough, uncompromising in her attitude to her rugby league, as it should be. A little bit of eyeballing going on. This is a tough contact sport, as we know. Masters with the run and the set-up work. 25 metres out from the try line now.
Another injury.
Yeah, now she looks to be in some significant pain there, Platinum Masters. And some concern for her. Some good sportsmanship on display. Also, Grace Dautuhi is there. Let's have a look at what happened here. Bit innocuous at this stage, and then boom, just falls. Well, awkwardly didn't quite pick up what might have happened on that angle.
A special thank you to our sponsor of our women's grades, Mike Farrelly Photos. If you're looking for photos for your club, for your teams, check them out on Facebook.
Well, you can hear the support going there for Farrelly Photos. They've been a real part of the rugby league scene for a long time, haven't they, Mike and his crew? You know, always catch TJ smiling with his team.
Mike's been awesome, especially for our supporting in our women's game as well. He sponsored the Women's Rugby League and Auckland Rugby League for the last few years at least, and he's been involved, for as long as I know in terms of photos. I know his dad, previously, who owned the business, used to take the photos of some of our Auckland teams back in the day. So, the history for Mike Farrelly and the Farrelly whānau goes back quite some time.
You know, it's been a long time since I played footy, but I remember Mum a few years ago, she packed them all up, and, you know, I had to take my hat off to our olds. They managed to get those footy photos every year. There were 3 of us playing, and, you know, that's 3 photos, and then clock them up over the years. She had about 15 of them.
Yeah. Actually, I've still got some old photos of my dad when he used to play for Otara Scorpions back in the day, and, you know, so old, printed on old cardboard, now faded faded yellow. But, you know, again, it's good history to be shown, especially to my kids as well now. So
I reckon too. And you know, you start looking and saying, I remember that bloke and that bloke. Wonder where that guy's got to. Here we are, Magpies issuing a challenge, kick into the end goal, but it's wrapped up nicely by France Bloomfield. Sets the opportunity, albeit the bounce was favourable for her. As Cunny carts forward to 15 metres out from the line. A disappointing end to the set. They were looking for a repeat set. Didn't quite get into the end goal as they would have hoped, the Magpies. Now the Marlins pushing their way forward on the 30-metre line. 6 tries to 3. My apologies, 5 tries to 3 here for a 24-12 lead. Manurewa fiddle. Little dummy, see, there's the class. That's Serena's class all up. Showing it on the inside, pops the ball back nicely to Bloomfield. Chasing down, beautiful chase. Beautiful chase by Danica Manassi. And the ball is knocked on. Well, that's hella high water, isn't it? That was a beautiful chase from Manassi. Let's have another look at it. But what about the lead-up work from Serena Clark? Just cuts through, slices through the hole. Angles to run back on the inside. I thought it was shut the gate, the horses bolted. And then Manassi says, not quite. And drags her down Bloomfield. Maybe didn't hear the footsteps in the corridor, but beautiful attitude on display there. Leave nothing out. Great to have you along here this afternoon, I remind you. Kick-off 2:45, and again live on Sky Sport this afternoon. We'll be bringing you the Premiership final. It is Manurewa, and they'll be lining up against the Point Chevalier Pirates. Down the right side, drop off back on the inside here for Farrelly and Fitialo. Good carry for Fitialo. Inspirational work here from the second rower on the 30-metre line now. They're really putting it all out there today as Teddy gets to her feet. Masters today to a wide. Muffy here. It's Lossie. The chase here out wide, perhaps deeper than might have been useful, beautifully taken on the far side. No problem at all for the number 1, Nomaiadia Wall. 10 metres in from the southern touchline here at Mount Smart 2.
Manukau, number 50, Delina Masters.
Delina Masters making her way onto the track here for Coach Joshua Sialsi. It's an enjoyable game to watch. Hope you're liking the action of what you're seeing at home too. Knowing how important 2022 is for Women's Rugby League internationally. And Serena is just an example. You can play deep into your years, still have a lot of fun, and still be very influential on track. Like that quarterback in the States keeps coming back, retiring, coming back. What's his name?
Yeah, Mr. Tom Brady.
Tommy Brady, that's right.
He'll probably go down as one of the goats of playing any kind of sport, that guy. But this game's just going backwards and forwards at the moment, so just looking for someone to slice through and open the game up here. And see a nice little run there by Lucy Muffy.
There's a willingness. I'm really liking the attitude on display here from the Manukau Magpies.
And they've been very physical today. Not just defence, but also their carry's been tough.
Delina Masters, this time they're just outside the 30-metre line. They spread deep and wide down the right edge. They've already had success with a cross-field bomb. Well, they utilised that one. I think the kick is a little deep. And a knock-on the far side, which will add some momentum. In fact, it seemed to have gone back. Well, he was nicely positioned there. Keeps you to make the call. At first glance, I thought it was knocked on, but in retrospect...
Play to the whistle.
Play to the whistle, absolutely. Absolutely, TJ. To the 30. Scoreline, 24-12. 25 minutes to play here in the championship final. Back up on the inside, Erica Hewitt-Martin.
An interchange for Manukau, number 2, Alexi Muffy.
Holding up the pass nicely there. Laurelie Nathan down the left edge. Little bit of a show and then dragged to ground. Cammy Ball scragged in the tackle there of Teddy. Bloomfield. Trying to find some space on the far side.
Oh, good hands.
Turning around beautifully to secure the football is Tuiala. Slow to get back though. Some of the retiring forwards here from the Magpies.
Oh, they've got to get out of jail free card here. There's a penalty inside the 10 metres to Dale. This is a much needed rest and opportunity here for Manukau. They're under the pump at the moment, playing down, just trying to work every set off their own in-goal at the moment, so much needed penalty.
I reckon so too, TJ. Right on the money, mate. They looked like they were just, I was even commenting about their slow to retire, but that will give them a little boost.
Number 16, Salatoma Frost.
It's been a great game to call. I hope you're enjoying it too. Tries for the Magpies, Farrelly, Tuiala with Luffy. And for the proud Manurewa Marlins fiddle, Peters scoring 2. And Puna, McGee, Napier and Wall notching tries for their squad here this afternoon. And not just big on attack, big on defence as well. Serena. A little bit of a lull in play as we see the return of Frost. It's the halfway line that they've just crossed. Masters has the football. Ioane out of dummy half. We have physicality on show out here from our Wahine. We've got to have good tackling technique and a lot of that on display here. Now that ball's gone to ground of Tiraitoa Martini. And the scrum's going to be set. In fact, it's a turnover and it will be the Marlins ball. Got these players looking a bit jaded here.
Yeah, a few tired bodies out there too, Dale. So, but again, game's still in the balance here. I know the Manurewa is currently leading, but can still swing either way. With a one try could swing momentum back in the favour of Manukau. But been very impressed with the 6 and 7 for Manukau too. I don't know if they are related. They've got the same surname, but they've been very classy. They've been in everything defensively and also attack as well.
Yeah, that's Paulina Tiraitoa Siausi and Renice Tiraitoa Martini. But it's the Magpies that have the ball on the far side through Sefua Pio. A wall of Marlins defenders greet her on her run. Drifted slightly forward, but allowed to go.
Backwards out of the hands, though.
Oh, is that how it was? Okay. Thanks. Left edge run. Clark, the tackler. 32 metres out from the try line now as they start to build the black and whites, the Magpies, little show. And again, it's Clark defending, attacking, creating. She is such an important cog in the wheel here for Rusty Matua's Marlins squad. 15 metres out from the try line now, and dummy half work for Ioane. Pushes the pass through Tiraitoa Martini. Has a bit of a show. Bundled to ground under the tackle of Alex Pepe. Tiraitoa Siausi now.
Good pass.
Bullet pass, beautiful pass, and into score. Lovely work there. And it's Lossie Muffy who gets the try under the crossbar. And we've got a game on our hands because this will be converted, I suspect. Be a tragedy if it's missed. We'll be looking at a 24-18 scoreline. Good lead-up work and a fine finish here for Muffy.
Yeah, again, that last pass coming from number 7, Tiraitoa Siausi. And then a great brave line there is what we call it to, Dale, from Muffy. But they've capitalised on a bit of field position. They've had back-to-back sets now here, and they've got themselves back in the game, and momentum seems to have swung.
24-18, well, it's anyone's game. Now it's really on, isn't it? Farrelly Photos, proud sponsors of Women's Rugby League. And it calls to the kicking tee, Lords Tuiala. Good to see her playing footy with eyebrow extensions. I'm assuming.
We're on Sky TV.
We're on Sky TV.
Yeah. Look good, feel good, play good.
That's right. Pull your socks up. Yeah.
That's all right.
I know what you're saying there. TJ, fair call. The good old Magpies, eh?
Man, their club's
Horrible birds, but good club, you know what I mean?
Actually, my time down at Leebank Park back in the day, there were a few Magpies on that field, which used to scare the hell out of me as a kid. But now, look, the club, Manukau as a club, they've done outstanding, obviously, to get a women's team in there. They've been in the competition for a few years now, but they've done a great job. I can see Tamore Ngāti, William Tere down there on the sideline. They're both involved in the premier team at Manukau, so it's good for them to start giving back, especially through the women's grade as well.
Well, Women's Rugby League's the growth area, and now we've had a concerted effort to grow that with under 16 comps, under 18 comps. So as you were touching on before, TJ, pathwaying players so that they can involve themselves. There's such a huge drop-off in involvement in team sports once our young people leave
that's
school.
in the teenage age group, between probably between 14, 15 up into 18 age group. But the growth in the women's game has been fantastic. And speaking of pathways, I'm not sure if I can announce it yet, but I'm going to anyway. But we've got an under-17s Georgia Hale Cup next year as well. It's going to run alongside Sean Johnson and Dean Bell Cups.
Cool.
So another pathway for our females to be involved in as well. So it's only growing. We're going to create more opportunities for boys and girls both playing our game, especially in that age grade moving forward.
Player down in back play here, some concern. She hasn't moved much. It looks to be a knee also. Just a little out of shot at the moment. You can't see it down just behind play there. The magic water might get it fixed up. So this is really, again, just the fillip needed here for the Magpies. Yeah, they're sweeping mongrels of birds, those Magpies. They terrorise kids. And I think someone brought them in from Aussie or something back in the 1860s to try and sort of look after the insects in our pastures here.
Nice offload.
Beautiful. Here we are talking about bird life when we should be watching the rugby league. The ball's popped out the back. Oh, what a shame for the Magpies.
They needed that too, Dale. Manurewa got two players currently out of position defensively with a couple injuries by the look of it. And that Manurewa player coming off, just off screen there, is Alex Laupepe as well, another very experienced player for Manurewa.
24-18. Set us up for a wonderful back end here. Terrific carry this time around. That's Cammy Ball.
Yeah, Cammy's also been involved in the Manurewa Club for a long time, Dale. I remember her coming down, I don't know, quite a few years ago. She wasn't even old enough to play women's back then. And her and a girl called Tanika Jazz Noble Bell, who's also involved in the NRLW and Kiwi Friends over the last few years as well.
Kaupai. That's been a good breeding ground as we see once again. Peaches climbed upon by Muffy, and there's going to be a penalty here for offside.
And it's change for Manurewa.
Peaches looks a little bit dusty coming up from that tackle too. Love the way she steps off her right foot, bounces back onto the inside. She's good going around the outside too to go for the corner, but she's got a deft side step, swerve, took a bit of a knock there. That's a great opportunity here for Puna and now Bloomfield. Across field, the latter, then straightens late. Ioane is the tackle, some assistance there by Vaikoso in 17. Really need to maintain focus here as the threats looming large here for the Manurewa Marlins. What a run that was, and what a tackle from Manase. Two really important defensive efforts from the fullback just in the last 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, great desperation shown there by the fullback for Manukau. I think she just went maybe one or two steps a bit too far with the ball there. She had some space and some attackers outside her. She probably needed a fine hand there and possibly extend their lead there, Manurewa. But again, good scramble defence by Manukau.
Well, it was a tackle that had to be made, and she was weaving across field. Alicia Bryder looking dangerous. That's her there in shot. She's had a good game, played big minutes. Been some gutsy performances out here this afternoon by these Wahine. Good on them. It's finals footy. I'm really impressed with the attitude on display from both squads here. And There's a few more twists and turns to the tail, we suspect, in the last 15 or so minutes. Here's Danica Manase, hard to put away, eventually claimed 32 metres out, right in front of the posts. Alice Muffy comes in from the wing, manages to pop the ball, but it doesn't work out favourably. And the first knock on, I suspect, will be that of the Magpies. And it is. It will be a Marlins feed on the 40-metre line, 20 in from the northern touchline.
Yeah, that's what scoreboard pressure can do to you too, Dale. You know, they forced the pass there. They probably just needed to complete their set, kick it down to a corner, and try and build some confidence off the back of their defence. But a forced error means they've put themselves under a bit of pressure here. They need to repel this Manurewa side, and hopefully they don't extend their lead.
Well, this is what you want in finals footy. Just reminding you too, had a big day yesterday, TJ, with the junior grades. Give a shout out to those teams that you can recall picked up the championships.
Yeah, there's actually a couple. Under 13s grade was won by the Ellerslie Eagles there. Under 14s won by Mount Albert Lions as well. A couple of those coaches are involved in our region of origin. Actually, both of those two winning sides, so it's good to see them come out on top. Under 15s, I think that was held between Papatoi and Ellerslie in a tight contest. Both of them top of the table. Papatoi coming away eventual winners. And then 16s was a nail biter. Maris coming back from 16 points down and winning it on the hooter.
Beautiful. Thanks. Good memory too.
Yeah, Ortala Scorpions as well. Also won the under 18s. There you go, Dale. That was a convincing win. The rest of them were pretty tightly contested.
Good stuff. And of course earlier today in the women's under 18s, it was Ortala. As we see a try here, out to Peters. That's a hat trick. That's a hat trick for Peaches Peters. The lead-up work was very good too. Well, they know they've got a confident finisher out wide, but some work still needed to be done. And again, well, as has been the case with almost everything this afternoon, Serena Clark had her hands on an aspect of the attacking run. Good hands as well, shown there by France Bloomfield. And the finishing, as we can expect now, from Peaches Peters down the right edge. Notching up 3 this afternoon in a super individual performance.
Yeah, great pass there by Serena Clark, but again, I just want to touch on the little effort area there by their back row, Grace Totuhi. Again, just running that support or running that extra line with a bit of purpose there and dragging in that defender, creating a bit of space out on the edge. And again, that right-hand side combo between Bloomfield and Peaches Peters as well has been outstanding today, Dale. And yeah, look, some good young talent coming through for the club.
Absolutely. Well, they got within clawing distance there, the Magpies. Now that hill to climb has got just that much steeper. Decent effort from out wide by France Bloomfield, but ultimately unsuccessful for the halfback.
Still plenty of time left. That was about just over 10 minutes and only 2 tries in it, really. So, Manukau need to stay positive here, but they need to, again, one thing that they've been doing well is defending quite physical today. So they need to maintain that throughout this last 10-minute period and hopefully force an error here.
And also be mindful that the left edge defence has been exposed a few times already, as we can see with the tries to this young flyer. Again, remind you that she's Crystal Walter's sister. And Crystal's, what a player Crystal's become. Superb footballer, great nous, great commentator too, Crystal. And looking forward to seeing her. Is she in the next game, or is she? Yeah,
she's on the team list, so she'll be in there. I think they might be pulling a smoky on that one because she's not wearing her traditional number 9 jersey, but I know she's been a little bit injured this year, Crystal. So for her to be here, we see an error straight off kickoff, swinging momentum here for Manukau.
From Manurewa pulling a smoky. No, come on.
Hey, it might just be the jerseys. Sometimes they're not made for female cuts, so maybe they're just changing jersey numbers because of the fit, maybe. But no, it's good to see Crystal out here again. Another stalwart of our women's game in rugby league. She's done a lot for our game. And then, one thing I know about Crystal as well, she likes to share her knowledge with the younger players as well. So very good in terms of that aspect, and it's going to be a good contest for our next game.
Yeah, talk it up a little bit more because you've been there right on hand throughout the season. Point Chevalier, they're a tough mob to beat in the men's division, as we know. But the women's squad? Have they been performing strongly too? Because Manurewa have had outstanding women's teams, evidenced by the fact that they can field two very competitive squads in both these finals.
Yeah, correct. And obviously, this is actually going to be the next game's a grand final rematch from 2021, which Point Chevalier won that one as well. So it's got to be a bit heated. But, again, both squads are littered with ex or potential Kiwi Ferns moving up as we see a little shift play here for Manukau. But it's going to be a great game. They've got 3 girls missing for Point Chev, all playing in the NRLW. So you got Amber Paris Hall, Madison Bartlett, and Noah Sala's also playing in the NRLW, so a couple of players missing for them.
There we go. They're still having a go here, the Magpies. They certainly haven't been given up. And what TJ's getting at is stay with us. Make yourself a cup of tea, cook a curry, get yourself settled in for the afternoon. Have a couple of coldies on hand. Hey, life's good. We've got more Women's Rugby League finals fully to come here on Sky Sport this afternoon, but right now we're looking at a 28-18 scoreline. And the Magpies, hot on attack, 12 metres out from the try line, still in possession of the football as I think it's Muffy. And this time around,
Serena Clark down injured.
Well, that's what her opponents would be hoping. But she's tough as Teekins. Yep. Looks to be a right knee. She's been excellent today. Serena. Let's hope she's okay. She's with Ginger getting up. Good crowd on hand too. Thanks to them all for coming on in. And
we have a change for Manukau,
Wahine.
Cassandra Teddy.
The roles that women continue to play in our game of rugby league. So, could play the ball. Platinum Masters has it. Now in the hands of Vaikoso. As you can see, Vaikoso is only 8 metres from the try line. Big player to her feet now. Iwane, dummy half work, angle back for Tere. Tere for the line. Here goes Cassandra, but she pops the pass late. Oh, look at the D. Celebrate the D. Beautiful work there from Manurewa. And the ball is good. The run is strong. The try is scored. And the Magpies celebrate.
Outstanding pass there by acting half. I didn't get that number, sorry, Dale, but again, good little face ball close to the line. Number 17, Vaikoso going in for her try. Straight under the post, hoping it's 6 points. Brings them within a converted try.
Wow, that was fabulous lead-up defensive work too, but it just broke at the last moment. Let's get another look at it. So Iwane gets the pass. It's a bullet pass, and she is too close and too strong. Into score there for Monga Vaikoso.
And that try converted to Dale, so it brings them within 4 points. And one of those Manurewa players just shot up out of the line there, and a nice little pass by number 14, Caroline Kimmy. Nice little face ball close to the line. It's a nice play.
Successful. The score is 28-24.
28-24. Well, it's going to be all on in this last 7 minutes. It's just wonderful, isn't it? Good game of rugby league. Very fitting finale here in the championship for ARL. Brought to you by Farrelly Photos. Through the stream shop and Sky Sport, YouTube. Pleased to have you with us here this afternoon. I hope you can stay with us as well for the Premiership final that will follow this exciting game of rugby league. So in possession here at the moment, the Magpies. Beautiful tackle.
There's a penalty here too.
Number 16 hit the dead hard. Salatama Frost. The tackle was just around the ankles and really cut her down. Yeah, and I think she might have fallen into a knee. The penalty will give them some free meters.
We have our game on our hands with 5 minutes.
Just short of the halfway line, 5 to play.
Could be the biggest defensive set of the season here for Manurewa Marlins. Dale, some good ball position for Manukau Magpies, and they're hot on attack. The back of a little bit of energy.
One error could determine the outcome of the game here. So everyone is on guard in the last 5 minutes or so of play. That's a good carry. Frost creating some momentum. They follow it up too. Today to Martini. Drop off on the inside for the bulldozing run of Farrelly Moala. Here's the ground on the 20-metre line. This is a good set from the Magpies. Can they continue the momentum? Back on the inside comes Cassandra Tere. And boom, she's the ground 15 metres out from the try line now. Masters, dummy half, highs darting up, pushes her across to the right. Today to Martini. Again, it's Farrelly Moala. Onto the 10-metre line. Sliding into dummy half is Ioane. Can she get them close to the line, Ioane? Today to a cutout ball to Tere. And that's a one-on-one strip. One-on-one strip. Almost by accident, I think. But coming away with it was France Bloomfield.
Yeah, great confidence there by and bravery by number 7, France Bloomfield. She's been a standout in today's game.
We have a change for Manurewa, number 11,
Well,
Alison Whitby.
that was perhaps the mistake we alluded to. Could that be a telling factor here in the outcome of the game? They didn't get a chance to utilise the ball on the last play, and now offside. They'll be breathing a sigh of relief here, Manurewa.
A change for Manurewa, number 12.
Hotly contested.
Is on the field.
75 minutes or so of football. I remind you the score tick or the clock up in the left corner of your screen. It's an indicator to us it's not synced up with the official time clock. And so it'll be in the hands of the official timekeeper, even though we do know that that's pretty accurate. 3.5 to play.
I've just had a message come through to Dale. 6 and 7 are actually mother and daughter for Manukau as well. That's from one of my good mates, Absalom. Shout out to you, buddy. Thanks for the heads up on that one. So there you go.
There you go. Well, isn't that cool? Eh? That's so awesome. So we're talking Paulina today to a Siosi, and also Renice today to a Martin. Never had a good look to work out which one's mother or daughter, but then it could be impolite if you get it wrong.
No, exactly. I'm not going to go there.
No, I'm not going there either. Taken at the back with confidence by Danica Manasseh. She's had some good touches now, but they're a long way from where they need to be. Desperate times for the Magpies. The clock's their enemy. The tackle there from Cammy Ball is accompanied with a wonderful smile. She's enjoying herself out there. That looked like one of those sniper shots, didn't it? Cramp.
It's been a big game. I think they're playing 80 minutes now too, Dale, so it's a massive achievement for these ladies. It looks like Kesha's, Aaron Kesha, on-field official. Oh.
Yeah, you hope it's not like Achilles.
Nah, looks like cramp. Looks to be cramp, so hopefully she's okay.
Play on. Roll on, Johnny, they say. Roll on midair in this situation. Wonderful conclusion coming up here to the ARL Women's Championship competition. The Manurewa Marlins, the Manukau Magpies. It's all on now. The chase is on. The chase is on for the ball. And back to get it, Amber Cunny. And she will get it too. And peels back the meters. And what a spirited defensive move. Dragged down from behind by Lords Tuiala. Beautiful footy. Here's ball, Cassandra. Cammy Ball, I should say. And Cammy's to her feet on the 30-metre line. Well, they're certainly leaving it all out there, aren't they? They're just giving it all, both teams. They'll be absolutely gassed. Just trying to find a little bit more, and who's there to pop the pass on the inside? She's not going for 4, is she?
She is.
She's going to get 4.
In.
Oh, Peaches, you are deadly, sister. You're in for number 4. But what about Serena's contribution? They haven't sealed the deal. 4 tries in the final. I tell you what, she'll never cook a meal again.
Oh, tell me about it. But again, off the experienced player and Serena Clarkdale, she's been outstanding today. She's led the Shrunk team well. But again, shout out to Peaches Peters. Outstanding effort by her today. Not only is it going to be a grand final win for her today, Dale, but she comes away with 4 tries for her team as well.
More famous than Winston. That's what I'll have to say. Beautiful. She's got speed, hasn't she? She can go all right. Well done, Peaches. Congratulations to you at doing it. Yeah, Mickey, that was deadly as. Well, that seals the deal too for the Manurewa squad, and Rusty will be pretty pleased. But it went down to the wire, as all finals should.
Yeah, it's been a great... Oh, and again, both teams can, be proud of their performances today, as you see the hooter in the background there. But outstanding by both teams. It's an achievement making a grand final as it is, Dale, and obviously you have to come away with one winner. But both clubs, both teams, everyone involved can be proud of themselves.
So the flags are up, and the celebrations will continue long into the night. The Manurewa squad, the Farrelly, have beaten the Manukau Magpies here 34-24. As we've taken just a little bit of the imagery here, as this team worked so hard for the victory. Well, we'll be back and we'll interview the captains of these squads, but what a wonderful game. 24-8 scoreline it was too for Manurewa in that first half, and 34-24 results, and now the champions of the ARL Women's Championship.
On and wake up in the morning. Body sore from last night's training. Dude run harder, tackle with intention. Make run the gaps and watch for interceptions. Keep it fair, keep it cool every section. Give your all, pass the ball, put your best in. Enjoy your day, strip your cover your selection. This that thing that you've been missing. Don't play rugby league. It's all yeah. You are your club. Come on.
So a scoreline of 34-24 in the final. Let's go down and hear some thoughts from the winning captain, Serena Clark.
Hello. Right, sorry.
Tuturu Whakamaua Kia Riwa was the call at the end of the game. Congratulations to Ahine. Who would you like to thank?
I just want to
thank all of our supporters. We've had 17 players take the field today, but we had seriously 40 players to choose from, and I think that's a great thing when you've got two teams out there. If you don't get picked for the top team, there's always the second team, our team, Farrelly, that you can represent. So, big ups to everyone.
Obviously, Manukau put in a good effort as well. It's only right that we give them a mihi as also.
Oh yeah, they played extremely awesome out there. It came down to the last 10 minutes, and I think we were very lucky and fortunate to hold them out. Otherwise, it was a game of two halves, to be honest, and they won that second half.
You're talking about the depth and the healthy competition, trying to find a spot in both teams. You want to back your other tuahine in the top side going out or going the whole way this afternoon?
Oh, for sure. They've trained extremely hard throughout the season. We've been training, say, with 50 players, so they've had a good selection to choose from, and these girls have been putting in the hard mahi, so I'm pretty sure I'll pick them to come out top.
Congratulations on your effort and the season. I wish you well for the year ahead.
Thank you, and I just hope that the Warriors put an NRLW team in, because, man, these girls, they need to go over there and show their form.
Tēnā koe. Hoki anō ki a koe papa.
Yeah, thanks very much, Lewin. And are we going to hear from the other captain? I think we are. They're just making their way forward. 34-24 result, and a big effort. Let's cross down and get some thoughts from Manukau Magpies.
Oh, well, we're spoiled. We've got a dynamic duo here to share a few words. You've got a big smile on your face. Congratulations on the effort, first and foremost. How'd you find the game?
It was good. Sorry. It was a good game out there. Both sides knew it was going to be tough out there today, and we both brought it to today. And just pretty proud of both teams. So proud.
Dee, it's I know there's 17 players out on the field, but there's a family. Who would you like to thank in regards to the other members of your squad?
I just really want to thank the rest of our team that weren't able to be named for today's game. Like, they played a massive part in getting us this far, but unfortunately only 17 were allowed to be named. So that's good. There's a massive shout out going out to our ladies and our supporters too, who backed us from the start of our season and just kept supporting us through it all.
Well, thank you for spending some time with us. I'll let you go and join your team, and all the best for next season.
Kia ora, thanks very much, Lewin, and thank you for tuning in. Please stay with us, because we've got the Premiership final still to come, and if it's anything like the Championship final we've just witnessed, it's going to be one heck of an 80 minutes ahead. Thanks very much for joining us this afternoon on Sky Sport. All the very best to you. In the end, too strong, the Manurewa Marlins Farrelly defeating the Manukau Magpies here in the Championship final, 34-24. We'll be back in about 15 minutes for kickoff for the Premiership final here on Sky Sport.